Yeah, DQ. Check. Have you ever had a dream in the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, cause you stay down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Alright. Nigga, have you ever had a dream during the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, cause you stay down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In the room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Calculated every step, so I can't stand a hater out here hating on niggas out here making moves. See a hand out the type of shit they waiting on.
Jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Yeah, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Watch and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My ground repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry for spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Woo! Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
DQ, baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, son up. Peace, 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 peace. This is Brass, TriMedia. Once again, getting ready for a lovely, what is this, Memorial Day weekend. If you like, if you're a real human being, you normally, the weekend starts on Thursdays. So I'm excited and not excited. I'm actually excited for the relaxation aspect of it. I actually don't have to cook this year. Well, I just don't have to cook, not actually. I hate that word. I don't have to cook this year. I don't have to necessarily host people at all. If I feel like going somewhere, I will. I think I'm going to stay in and just get a lot of work done on my laptop this weekend. Logic's in the building. What's going on, G? I just wanted to go live, talk about a few topics. What's going on, broski?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Here to just, make some comments on the good show, man. Keep the vibes going. But I'm supporting everything that we do, so I'm here.
Factual. It's been an interesting week in media. I'm pretty sure it's tough for everybody, anybody that's trying to do much of anything. You know how it is when it's rough right before the holidays. It's starting to get real hot. It's like 88 in the tri-state area this week. So, that's something to be excited about somewhat. It's a little irritating too, because it's like it'll be 50 in the East Coast for some reason. Lately, it'll be like 50 degrees, and then it'll just be 90 degrees, 60 degrees, then 98 degrees. It's ridiculous. So, but no matter how that play out, life goes on, time goes on. I just got finished with a bunch of traveling. Some traveling y'all didn't know about. Other traveling I did. I literally just got back from somewhere last night. So that's um, exciting. I flew through some crazy turbulence last night. Crazy turbulence.
I hate
When
that
I tell
joke,
you,
yo.
when I tell you crazy turbulence, off the chain turbulence. So then the airport was a little packed last night, but a little dip out and then dip right back in. Pause. I don't know. That just felt like a pause. The world has gone crazy in this past week, so I'm glad I got you up here. We can discuss a few topics. I want to cover some sports topics if you with it. I want to cover that Cameron interview. Let me see what else I want to cover. I want to cover some business. Actually. I saw a disturbing list of restaurants closing in 2024. I saw a disturbing list. It's very disturbing. Very
Are you mad because
disturbing
Red
list.
Lobster's on there and you can't go get them cheddar biscuits no more?
Yo, you know what's funny, bro? I actually One, I don't like no damn cheddar biscuit. Two, I used to actually really like them though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like every other human being on the
Them
planet,
joints
I
was
was
alright when
like,
they first came out, but like everybody else, as time goes on, they try to revamp the recipe, make it a little faster and all that kind of stuff. They kind of fell off with the cheddar biscuits, and then they just fell all the way off. Let's be honest, they messed it up somewhere in
yeah.
there. They messed it up.
And you know where else I think they messed up? They messed up too. I judge most restaurants like this, right? With a business state of mind, I know that, like, I knew Chick-fil-A, if it's not done now, it's on its way out now. Because once you start spreading yourself too thin across the country, it's the beginning of the end. Once I went to like ShopRite and saw that they had boxes where you can make the Cheddar Bay biscuits, I knew Red Lobster was fried. I knew they was reaching at that point because that was their big joker in the spades game. People used to really go to Red Lobster probably to eat, whatever, but they used to go to Red Lobster to eat Cheddar Bay biscuits. And so much so that after they was done eating, they would
Get some of them joints to go.
like they would take bags to go. And they was never good in the microwave. And people knew that. They was never good. They was always terrible in the microwave, but people would still get them. But I've been warning people about an impending I think one of the things we're gonna have to do, even if it's just me and you, I guess, we're gonna have to start a business podcast because there's so much business. Can I ask you a question? How do you spell restaurant? Oh, okay, AU. Tripping. You know how you don't how you have a word that you don't
Yeah,
spell very much?
it don't make sense, but it's yeah.
I never spelled the word hardly ever.
In the spell check error, you could type in RESTR and it
Yeah,
won't
it
pull up.
just came up. It just came up. I'm actually embarrassed I said that live, but it is what
Don't
it
be.
is.
Don't be. Yeah,
I can
the other
admit
day
my
I couldn't
fault.
spell daily, yo. Couldn't do it. I know some I know somebody's name. I know somebody named Daily, DAILEY. And I just couldn't get to how you spell just daily without the E, and it threw me all the way off. So
But
I
even
knew
that's not a word that you type all the time. Like
nah.
whenever I guess the way the brain works, it's sad because I did that brain show. I probably need to refresh myself, but I did that show and I never asked a question. It's a question I've always wanted to ask about the brain is why is it when you don't like you might say the word restaurant all the time, and you knew how to spell it at one time, but when you just don't ever spell it, I guess that would be a connection issue. Because when you don't spell the word, when you go to spell it, it's like you have a brain freeze. But actually, I'm gonna start with the restaurant closing. Some of these will actually shock you. Uh, Believe it or not, social media is a great content stealer. Like if you really seriously, bro, if you really need to like steal content, it's literally like the best way to take not take it, but per se like give you ideas for different stuff
Oh,
you can do.
absolutely, absolutely. This is like I just feel like the copycat era anyway. Like you wanna be. I mean, copycat era that might be going too far, but you know, there's so much things being exposed. You'd almost be dumb to not copy success at this point, to some
Yeah,
degree.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I had a
I ain't
guy.
saying turn into another human being, but absolutely, you know, success is duplicatable for sure.
I had a guy I was in business with before a long time ago. It's not even a business I was a proud of, and I respected him so much. But the first day that I met him, he made like a very controversial statement to me, and the statement was, um, he's the biggest thief in the world, and he didn't explain it to about the middle of his speech, and then it made perfect sense. He was like, all I ever do is watch what other people do that makes them successful,
Mm-hmm.
and then I take it and use it, and then I watch somebody else, and then I watch somebody else, and then I watch somebody else. And to an extent, it's kind of like if you look through business or you look through just athletics, you look through a whole bunch of different genres or different things. That's essentially what it is. I swear to you, when I first saw Kobe Bryant, you couldn't tell me that that wasn't Michael Jordan. And when I first saw Anthony Edwards, it's funny, we're gonna get on that subject too. But when I first saw Anthony Edwards, or when I was watching him play last night, Michael Jordan, I saw it. I'm not saying he's as good or otherwise, but I'm saying,
You saw the energy.
yeah, like his manner. Well, here's the thing. That's the thing. I see it in his form. I see it in how he dribbles up the court, stuff like that. I haven't seen it in his energy, and that's the conversation I wanted to have too. And we're gonna talk about Cameron. Once again, peace to the chat. The link is in there. You're more than welcome to come up here and join us. It's gonna be a quick hit. I want to see the Celtics beat the life out of the Pacers in a little bit, but we're gonna talk about Cameron. We're gonna talk about some business, some restaurant closings, and we're gonna talk about a few other things, maybe some things going on in Logic Circle, and then we're gonna move from there. So I want to talk about these restaurants. Well, no, I don't think Anthony Edwards matches Michael Jordan and Kobe's energy, and I think that's actually his issue.
Well, let
But
me
we're gonna
clear.
get
Let me
back. We're gonna
clarify that because I
no,
don't
no,
want to
no,
be.
no, no. When we get into it, save it. Let's compartmentalize because you know we just had that meeting about creating uh clips and stuff. So I'm practice. This is also practice. This is like fish tank episode. You know, this is gonna be practice. I might go for another 5 hours because even when we're all done talking, I want to work on some other stuff. I'm gonna let the people see it. But let's do it in what's the name? Because if I do gotta clip this episode up, I want to keep it clean. So right now, let's just talk about restaurant closings in 2024. Let me know if you can hear this.
2024. Fuddruckers is expected to close all locations by
Hey,
the year. Old
See, you ever had Fuddruckers before?
I remember the name, but I don't remember the food.
Fuddruckers, it's like this big stupid building. And now, when you're a kid, Fuddruckers is amazing. The food is amazing to an extent. The idea of it, I guess, is exciting to an extent. But the problem with Fuddruckers I always saw was Fuddruckers is this big, huge building where they make like big fries and big sandwiches and big all of that. And you kind of knew like as an adult, you're like, there's no way they can make money in this place. And over time, you'll see it. So I'm gonna play the video straight through, and then we'll go back and analyze some of the restaurants. I'm gonna play it straight through. Give it a second.
Country Buffet is closing all remainder locations. IHOP is closing 100 underperforming locations. Buffalo Wild Wings is closing all Canada locations, as well as 60 locations in the US. Applebee's is closing 35 locations due to underperformance. Red Lobster is closing 50 locations due to financial struggles and high operational costs. Denny's is closing 20 locations by the end of the year. Marie Callender's is shutting down all remainder locations. Pizza Hut is planning to close 500 locations and focus more on delivery services. Outback Steakhouse is closing 41 of their 700 locations. Sbarro is closing a total of 50 locations, with majority being mall locations. Mart Pizza is closing a total of 27 locations. Ruby Tuesday is closing 16 more locations in 2024. PDQ is closing 8 of their 59 locations. Joe's Crab Shack is closing 41 of their 60 locations. Bonefish Grill is closing 7 locations due to underperformance. So sad to see all our favorite restaurants disappear. Restaurants.
So, okay, so you heard that, right? Hold on. So,
Interesting.
think about that. And this is where I think me and you had a business conversation, and I was kind of telling you, like, listen, bro, over time, in the next, especially with the election in October and power changing hands in January, and usually that's around March, April, where you get the actual feel of what's going on. Once all of that changes hands, it's kind of scary to watch all these corporations kind of I don't know, what would you call it? They're kind of focusing so much on being cost effective. A lot of times these restaurants don't do it. And I told people a while ago, COVID is going to literally, we're not going to see the effects. We're not going to see the full effect of COVID in our lifetime. We're not going to see the full effect of COVID in our lifetime. When you see the amount of businesses that are going to close, the amount of the evictions, I know evictions now are up almost 70% across the country. People being foreclosed on in their homes, over 70%. Well, it's around 83% higher than last year. So now you're looking at a time where those times in COVID, I think these businesses are realizing you don't have to have these brick and mortar. Like if you have a business, you understand the majority of your costs, about 30 to 40% of your cost is labor. Then you got to deal with product, and then you deal with product. Then you deal with what's up, Marcus? Hey, Marcus, when you get a chance, explain that comment you made the other day, if you don't mind. You can do it in the chat or hit the link. When you look at it, these people are closing, and a lot of these are like restaurants that we all know and love. I mean, look
That are closing in 2024. Fuddruckers is expected to
Fuddruckers,
close all
I really
locations
don't
by
care
the end of
about.
the year. Old Country Buffet.
But Old Country Buffet, bro, I remember Old Country Buffet as a child. I distinctly remember after church. Yeah, I know it's pseudo, but I was a kid. I didn't have much choice. After, like, I actually looked forward to doing that after church. And when you went in there, all the other church people were in there. Old Country Buffet was like, what is that thing? What do they call it? It's not Cracker Barrel. It's
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. Yeah, Old Country Buffet was Golden Corral before Golden Corral. So now you got a situation of Old Country Buffet. All locations are closing. So I mean, I'm sure. Go ahead.
You're saying that's more due to like just some after effects of the pandemic.
Yeah, and inflation. One of the things that restaurants realized during the pandemic was this: that DoorDash and Uber Eats is the future, no matter what the pandemic is. Two, that they can stay alive and prosper, not just stay alive, but prosper with online ordering. When you go into, I tell this story all the time, when you go into a Taco Bell, I don't know how it is where you are, but next time, test it out. Next time in your area, wherever you are. When you go into a Taco Bell, there's nobody at the cash register in the state of New Jersey. No one. There's no one there. There's 3 kiosks when you walk in the door. And then after you order your food in the kiosk, the person working the drive-through and the 2 or 3 people that got in the back cooking bring your food out. So that's all kiosks. Now, if you look to the right at that same restaurant, there's like 50 orders just for DoorDash alone.
Right, I know what you're saying. I happen to have a strange belief, right? My brother actually gave me this, man. I think Taco Bell might be made to kill, bro.
Why do you go and switch the subject? You're okay.
I think
Take 30,
Taco
take 30
Bell.
seconds.
When
No,
I
take
think
30
Taco
seconds
Bell,
to
yo,
explain your
I think
theory
about
that
a
is to kill.
human being deflating from their rear end, yo. Like literally all their life force, right? Propelling them through the air like a balloon.
Some Taco Bell is pretty, bro. When I was really
Yeah.
out DJing, when I was really out DJing and I was really out doing parties and really in these clubs till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning all the time, I literally hits in the building. I literally lived off of Taco Bell for like 3 years. Because when I left the club, it was the only, well, not the only thing open, but it was the easiest thing open. And then I would definitely pay for it the next day. I can't say that I died because I'm still here, but um, it was definitely Taco Bell is definitely interesting. But I've had some pretty. I don't have bad reviews of Taco Bell. So you got bad reviews of Taco Bell? That's rare.
Well, I mean, I'd say it's more bad than good, right? If I had to give it some reviews, right quick off the top of my head, like the last time I ate it, man, it was just pain, yo. I gotta give it, just sum it up with one crazy word, yo. It was like I don't even want to describe all that, but it was way
Some of yours.
it was beyond uncomfortable, beyond it, right? And I like spicy food. I'm from New Orleans. We put spice on everything, cayenne pepper. Like we do that. We eat hot food. So it ain't the heat of the food, like it's something in the food or how they make it or the grease or whatever it is, bro. And it would debilitate you, man. You will have to
Oh,
be in that. Man. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. I'm. You said you did it too, and it just didn't bother you. See, I don't want to have to take multiple trips for one meal. See, that's too much for me.
yeah, you got a weak stomach. But see, New Orleans, I could tell you the worst stomach issue I ever had was from some food in New Orleans. Keep it 1,000. I'm dead
Okay.
serious. All that I was eating the damn y'all got the greasiest food in the history of Greece.
Man,
Y'all
I ain't gonna
got
let you talk about our food now.
no, hold on. Y'all po' boys. It was good, don't get me wrong, but it was like over greasy. Then I had the thing. What's the thing that y'all have when you got let hits get in? What's the thing that it's like a biscuit, but y'all known for it. It's called
A beignet.
beignet. Man, I had one, then I had two,
A
then I messed
beignet
around
mess
and
your
had
stomach
hold
up,
on, no,
man.
because I had too many. It was that good. I had too many. I had too many. And then I had that nasty boudin, whatever y'all call it. Yeah, I'm a person that when in Rome, I do what the Romans do. So if I go to like a state, like I just got back from California. If I go to California, I'm gonna get Roscoe's. I'm gonna get In and Out. I'm gonna do all of the things that I could do in California. I just got back from Alabama. When I go to Alabama, I make sure I get barbecue. I make sure I get like more gamey kind of stuff that you can hunt. But when I went to New Orleans, I wanted beignets, boudin. I wanted po' boys because y'all invented it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one other
Mm-hmm.
thing that I wanted. Oh, etouffee, shrimp etouffee. And I was sick. Probably not because I ate too much of. Well, the beignets definitely. I had like 8. They were just that good. I don't know what they do. It
Glutton.
was
Well,
just
okay.
bread, but it's just yeah. It was gluttony. Yeah, it was definitely gluttony. Marcus, if you get a chance, I know what de jour, and de facto mean, but I want to know what you meant about it with the video that we did because you didn't do it like in real time. So I don't know what part of it you wanted to
I don't know what that means. What do that
what he
mean?
meant. No, I know what it meant. De jour is like it was the one we did about the housing. So I want to hear his take on it. Hits, what's going on, G?
What's up? Peace, everybody. I'm just gonna listen, try to get caught up, see what you guys are chatting about. I see something on the screen, but I'll let you finish building, and then I'll jump in
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Restaurants
I
closing.
remember where we left off
We
at.
was just talking about restaurant closings in 2024 and why. It was surprising that they're closing. We played a video. They're closing all of the Old Country buffets, Fuddruckers. You ever been to Fuddruckers before?
I heard of it. I don't think I've ever been in there. Old Country Buffet. Wow. I don't think I've seen that around in a while.
But have you ever been
Wow.
though?
To Fuddruckers? No.
No,
But
no,
I
Old
heard.
Country Buffet.
I'm trying to think if there was one around here. I don't think I ever,
In
unless
New
I
York,
went
I
down
don't think
south
so.
somewhere.
I don't think
I
so.
don't
No,
think
no, it's here. It's in New Jersey. It's
in
on Route
Jersey.
22 in Union. It's only one. There was only one, and then when I lived south, they were everywhere. But
They're
there was
everywhere.
one on
I
Route
may
22.
have, but that would have been a while ago. Yeah. As soon as I
All
saw
right,
the
check out.
name, I was like, wow, I forgot about them.
All right, check out this
Buffet
thing.
is
I'm gonna
closing
stop
all
it now. We
remainder
played the whole
locations.
thing. Old Country
IHOP is
Buffet.
closing 100
All right.
underperforming locations.
And here's the thing. I'm one of those people. I don't like pancakes, bro. I'm probably in the minority when by saying that. I do not like pancakes. I don't understand. I've never liked pancakes, even
I
as a
make the
child.
best pancakes. I
But
need
you'll eat beignets to the
I
hurt.
need to sell mine.
Yes, I will.
I make the best pancakes. That's facts.
So, what's your special recipe with your pancakes? What's so special about the Hits pancakes?
A
What
little
do you do
nutmeg,
different?
a little cinnamon, a little vanilla. It's not necessarily the ingredients, it's the proportion of Nah, I ain't telling y'all. I'm not telling you.
I was about to say,
You're
go
about to
ahead.
steal my
It never
recipe.
makes
Nah,
sense.
y'all
You
steal
dead
my
right.
recipe. Hey,
You
Old
dead
Country
right.
Buffet will open back up if they get my pancake
They get your
recipe.
pancake recipe. Are y'all IHOP fans? I'm not an IHOP fan. My wife loves IHOP. Matter of fact, on a side note, because every Friday is like pancakes for her. That's like our thing with her together. IHOP is her IHOP double blueberry pancakes and omelet. And she'll
No,
eat it like
I'm
throughout.
Denny's.
She'll eat it
I'm
throughout the
Denny's.
weekend.
I'm Denny's.
Whoa,
My brother is IHOP. IHOP to me is like after church.
that's how Old Country Buffet was for me
Yeah,
after church.
it's like after church. I think Denny's has better pancakes, but IHOP probably has better eggs and maybe condiments and stuff. But nah, I'm Denny's over IHOP all day.
Here's my issue with
Thing.
Denny's. Denny's had a crazy racial thing like 20 years ago. This is how petty I am. Denny's about, ooh, I don't know if y'all can remember. It would have to be a very long time ago because I was in school, I think.
I
It was
remember.
a
I think
very
they had
long
a
time ago.
class action, right? A
Yeah, like a
lawsuit or
class
something.
action lawsuit about race. I just always looked at them as the as a racist place. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure they're not now, but I know for a fact they had like a racist issue where it was big enough to where the whole world kind of got involved at one time, and I just never ate there again. Never, never. Moon's over my hammy or something. Ain't that's them?
Yeah, that sound like
Buffalo Wild Wings is closing all Canada
I don't
locations
like.
as
I
well
don't
as
like. I don't like Buffalo Wild Wings. They're
I ate there
closing
once.
all California locations,
I,
all
I
of them.
I ate there once, and it was all right. I don't think it was worth the money. And I guess if you like sports or that's one thing I noticed in there. Like their TVs were the biggest TVs I've ever seen,
Hmm.
probably outside of Dave and Buster's or something like that. Um, every sport was on. So I guess if you enjoy sports, it's a good
The
place.
one
But
thing I know about, the one thing I know is, see, we talk about how COVID is affecting some of these restaurants closing, and we talk about how, uh, just labor in general is affecting these restaurants being open. Man, turn your damn camera off. I don't want to see you talking. Uh,
shucking and jiving over there on
yeah,
the
I might want to see you shucking and driving. The yeah, I lost my thought. Oh, well, I think one of the things that affected Buffalo Wild Wings is TV. People rarely sit in front of a TV and just watch TV anymore. So when you nobody people rarely are gonna go out to You're not going to Buffalo Wild Wings. At least I don't think you are. You're not going to Buffalo Wild Wings to go watch the game. I don't think you're doing that. I don't think that like you're like, yeah, I'm about to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and catch the game. I don't think so.
I guess
At
when
least
we
I
get
don't think so.
through the list, I think the saturation has a, I'm sure there's numbers everywhere. We don't have to be a super technical program if you don't want to, but
No, go ahead. I want to hear it.
I no, I meant as far as like pulling up numbers and websites, and we could
Yeah, we
just,
could do that.
but yeah,
Look, I'm just going live today.
yeah. No, I think the saturation of like the strip mall effect, like it's literally deja vu. If you go to another city or town and you ride past the strip mall, it's the same stores, the same restaurants. It's so it. I think by the time Buffalo Wild Wings got popping, the strip mall and every place around them was popping. Like if there's a Buffalo Wild Wings somewhere, there's a Taco Bell, it's a Wendy's next door. At least right here where I live, there's a Wendy's, a Taco Bell, a McDonald's. I think Burger King is down the street. There's a diner. It's all type of shit going on. And then there's the mall there and what's in the mall. So I think it's just saturated. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that could. I definitely think that could be part of it. I think another thing, if we going down that path, I think it's too many damn wings. I mean, damn, it's a wing place on every wings. Didn't I think people don't remember? There used to be a lot of chicken places, but not necessarily a lot of wing places. There's so many wing places
Yeah,
now; it's
yeah,
getting out of
yeah.
control.
Yeah. I and
It's out
and
of control.
I'd be interested in seeing who owns these companies. Like I'm pretty sure one company owns, say, like Dunkin' Donuts and uh, uh, Burger King or whoever. Like I'd be interested in who owns these companies because I'm sure it's a few companies own all of these.
Hmm.
Especially something like Wendy's or something like that, and Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I always see what are they always next to? KFC, right? Sometimes in the same
Yeah, I think
building.
they got
Taco
some.
Bell.
I think they got a partnership.
Yeah,
To
something's
be
going
honest,
on with that. You got Taco Bell and KFC in the same building. I guess it depends on where you're at. If Arby's is a thing or not. Here they're spread out up here in New York, but I think south there's more of them, like Arby's restaurant. So
Arby's is the nastiest food I've ever had. Fast food. I mean, one of my main issues with Arby's, and I think they kind of doubled down on it. But one of the things that Arby's, I think, where they really made a mistake was that damn slogan, bro. We have the meats, bro. I think at some point they need to change that, especially in a pause generation. In a pause generation, you definitely don't want to be talking about you have the meats. And then two, I don't know, it never was good. Like I've had roast
I'm
beef,
trying to
bro.
think
I've
what
had it.
we
Like
had there
that is
last.
the worst roast beef I've ever had in my life.
I think they had
In my life.
a chicken sandwich recently. I think it was chicken that they had some
Thurman, what
sort
up,
of
G?
barbecue sauce on it or something. It was never the roast beef. It was always when they had something that was either seasonal or like a specialty that they only had for like a limited time. But no, like they're not all over up here, Arby's. I think there's a lot more down south. I don't even know
I
about
don't know,
out
bro.
west.
We have the meats in 2024 is just a wild statement. And the
But
fact that Ving Rhames is saying it is like doubling down on just
yeah, that
wow. Why it's
they
just a wild statement. It's just wild. And then
they
two, like
like
Arby's,
baseball, they leaning all the way into it, man. That's
yeah, they're leaning all the
they
yes,
leaning all the way
100%.
into it.
They're leaning all the way. They're like, you know what? Not only do we have the meat, and then two, like with this generation, with these kids, it's like if you don't have the kids, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. So I think that's why I think Taco Bell will always be kind of relevant because one, the price is so cheap. Two, the um it's like quick, it's finger food.
And
It's
and
fast.
I think it's you know, even though it's fake Mexican food, I think, you know, they have that little bit of lore of it being Mexican food, you know, which is it's not. So I think that gives them a leg up over, say, like a burger spot or just a wing spot. Like, you know, wings are wings. I'm sure
Right.
if you go certain places in the country, they'll beat you up if you know, tell them wings are wings. But like, there's 100 burger
Facts.
spots, but you Taco Bell,
Facts.
you know, I don't know who their competition would be. Like, I guess Chipotle, and there's another one up here. What is it called? I can't think of the name of it. But there's a few spots like that, but I think, you
Are you
know, as
talking about
far as
like
fast food,
Qdoba? What
yeah,
is it? Qdoba, stuff like that?
yeah,
Yeah, I think those are falling. I think they're creating another class. I think Taco Bell is in a class, as sad as this is to say, and I hope nobody snips this, but Taco Bell is in a class of its own. And then you got like Qdoba, Chipotle. There's another place called
I
Bubba Coos,
can't
something
think
like
of it.
that. It's
Yeah,
like it's
Bubba
like a
Coos.
couple,
Yeah,
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 Bubba Coos. What's up,
something
sir?
like that. Yep.
What's yeah, it's like it's a couple different spots. They're all because they all do like the bowls, the burritos, the stuff like that. Taco Bell, I think that's how they win. They created their own little niche. Hold on. Let me I'm gonna continue the video. I'm gonna play it through.
60 locations in the US. Applebee's is closing 35 locations
Trash
due to
food.
underperformance. Red Lobster is closing 50
Trash
locations due to
food.
financial struggles and high operational costs. Denny's is closing 20
All
locations
right,
by
there go
the
your
end of the year.
pancake.
Marie Callender's is shutting down all remainder
Never knew they
locations.
had a
Pizza Hut
restaurant.
is planning to close 500 locations and
Trash.
focus more on delivery services. Outback Steakhouse is closing 41 of
Trash. Screw them in that nasty ass blooming onion. See, that's what. See, like some of this too is just because the food is bad. Red Lobster, I swear to you, when I was a kid, I thought it was the greatest thing since whatever. But since I've been able to afford seafood, I have never ever bought Red Lobster. Like my grandparents love Red Lobster. My
Yeah, yeah.
grandfather just celebrated his birthday. He
There's an
loves it. That's
age
what he
thing.
wanted.
There's a tradition thing. Just like we were talking about IHOP. You know, Outback is, you know, I've heard my friends here and there say, you know, let's go to Outback or family. You know, say, you know, it's like a step up from the diner. Let's go to Outback.
Hmm.
Now, if you could find a good diner somewhere,
That's the
you
problem
know,
with New Jersey, bro.
if you could
We the
find a
king
good
of
diner,
diners, bro. We the king of diners.
yeah,
We New Jersey is the diner state. We have the number one diner in the country. It's called Tops Diner. It's in Newark, and I'm telling you, diners is where it's at. But like, I think it's not just COVID. Like Pizza Hut is trash now.
I used to
Let's
work
be
for Pizza Hut
factual.
shit, when I was a teenager, maybe. I was last century. And
In the 1900s.
yeah, the 1900s. And basically, Pizza Hut is deep fried pizza. We used to have the pans, and you have a small, medium, large. One scoop of oil for a small pan, one like ladle. I'm talking about scoop. One ladle oil for small, two for
Still a
medium.
ladle.
Yeah, like you would literally ladle oil into the pan. You would take the dough, put it in the pan, and that's, you know, anything. I'm sure Marcus is probably really versed in like our food, salt and sugar. And I'm sure if you go further back, you end up into the tobacco, to the cocoa, things like that, just as a, you know, history lesson. But salt and sugar and Pizza Hut is deep fried pizza. You know, even though they put it in an oven, it's oil. I've done it. You ladle oil into that big black skillet. You
Oh
put
my
the dough
god.
in there. You used to have to count the pepperoni. Used to have to weigh the, you know, that method even back then. If you think from a business standpoint, like if somebody wanted pepperoni, it'd be like 18 pepperoni exactly on medium pizza or something like that. And Subway's the same way. All that pre-sliced meat, pre-weighed, you know,
Trash.
that it's crazy. But no, Pizza
I
Hut,
think
that's what I
Pizza Hut
think
was
about.
always greasy. It was
It's
never
deep
greasy
fried.
to
Now
you.
you know why.
I
It's
mean,
deep.
it was just always like. But here's the thing: my dad loves it. Loves it. Leans into the butter. Oh man, the buttery crust. You think he worked for Pizza Hut as much as the way he would describe that nasty ass pizza? That pizza is disgusting. Red Lobster, disgusting. If you, look at Outback. Said no one ever. Let's all get together and go to Outback. Said no one ever, bro. Well, no one that I know. So
What about Olive
sometimes
Garden?
I'll
Well,
speak
hold
for.
on. You know, play the whole thing. We probably clipping ourselves. I'm sure there's some more in there.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna play the whole thing and I'm gonna pull
Okay.
it down.
There's 700 locations. Sairborough is closing a total of 50 locations,
Disgusting.
with majority being mall locations. Mad Pizza is closing a total of 27
Never heard of that.
locations. Ruby Tuesday is closing 16 more
Disgusting.
locations in 2024. PDQ is closing 8 of their 59
Never heard of
locations.
PDQ.
Joe's Crab Shack is closing 41 of their 60
Disgusting.
locations. Bonefish Grill is closing 7 locations due to
That's actually not
underperformance.
good.
So
That's
sad
not
to
bad
see all
food.
our favorite restaurants disappear.
Somebody, one of the things we haven't discussed, and I think what's the most stressful about the whole thing, the amount of employees that's about to be out of work.
And also, it like, is there a bubble? Like, you'd have to look at the comparison between how fast they grew. You know, how many restaurants opened up in, say, like the last 10 years. And
Mm-hmm.
then if they say Pizza Hut opened up 1,000 restaurants in the last 5 years, and now they're closing down 250, like 25%, like that may, be a result of an overreach. But I'm sure, when you see their books, how all of this is factored in, and the employee is the last
They're the
is
last
the
ones to know.
last concern. Yeah,
Factual.
that's crazy, man. That's
Factual.
absolutely crazy. And
Definitely.
service. If you go in, I still get mad if you go in a place and they act like, they're not at work. And I'm like, for what they make in the industry that's literally go nowhere, then they tap you on the shoulder and go, yeah, this place is shutting down next month. Well, what am I gonna do? You can't go to the one across town because that one's closing down. So I'm interested in, outside of the clip, is saying financial uh difficulties, um climate has a lot to do with stuff too, man, like weather, like that. I know you guys mentioned COVID, but the climate has a lot to do with the supply chain, and
Yeah,
prices.
that too. Yeah, that too. And
A
I
lot.
think inflation. This stuff costs, man. The prices ain't cheaper. I mean, I know, a lot of this stuff, even at Taco Bell, they say, I was watching another post where it said, what are some of the things that went away that we don't even know? What happened to the dollar menu, bro? Like the dollar menu is gone. Doesn't exist no more. No, you never hear of it ever again. Never hear of it.
The 99-cent menu, huh?
Yeah, there's no such thing. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, when you're in college or you like you DJing. Some of you're not going to eat full meals and then go DJ. You're just trying to grab something so you ain't starving in a club
Well,
or starving after. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But what you say, Logic, and then we'll move to the next topic.
And I mean, my brain actually never slowed down long enough to think about the people who might be losing their jobs. That's actually really unfortunate. That's when we played that one little video, and that's just the stuff that we know about, and that's a lot. That's a lot of people to get displaced almost, within a short amount of time like that, as far as the job wise. And then, like it's just saying, it's not really a great transferable skill. If you've been doing that for the last 10 years or whatnot, that's a little bit of a transition right there that had to go into another career. If you've been a waitress for all that time and now you got this influx, or whereas there was a demand for them, and now it's really not. So that's kind of unfortunate, right? My first initial thought was where you brought up like DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff like that. It really makes like what's the lever effect of that, right? Like what's on the other side benefiting from all of these, not necessarily benefiting, but like maybe even the underlying cause, or where does the balloon inflate because this one deflates, kind of thing. That's like my first initial thought, is to try to solve that puzzle. But I mean, man, thinking about the people, bro, that's actually really unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? It really, really is. It really is.
Yeah, and like I said, one of the things and I think we have these conversations about AI, we have these conversations about um, you have these conversations about you need to learn a skill or you're gonna be in some trouble. Listen, if you thought that you was just gonna make burgers for the rest of your life, or you was gonna make tacos or pizza, greasy ass pizza for the rest of your life, yeah, AI got something. AI got something to say about that. So robots got something to say about that. It ain't gonna be that. Like, you're not just gonna be able to just, with no skill, no nothing. You're gonna have to learn something. You have to learn how to compete. When you go to the grocery store, if you thought you was just about to retire a cashier at a grocery store, nope, nope. If you thought you was gonna work on the turnpike or the parkway or something like that and just take tolls, nope, they're getting rid of that. If you thought you was about to be a truck driver, you seeing the automated trucks. There's so much automation now, in like lower level to mid level skill jobs, and in the vein of a truck driver, high level skill jobs where AI and robots are just replacing everything. So, I find it hilarious, right? I just want to cue y'all and cue the rest of the people in, and then we'll go to commercial. What's up, DQ? That I was challenged with, like a couple weeks ago. They said I never used my camera, and I was told, yeah. See now, yeah. See, you'll see them all jump on now. It was brass. You never use your camera, bro. You got to use your camera's facial recognition. This, that, and the third. And I literally, yeah. Now all of a sudden you see the cameras go on, yeah, and back off. It hits one day, man. That now I'm the only one with the camera on. This is twice, man. Strike two. Strike two. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go into the commercial, but I just want to let y'all know that brass ain't crazy, man.
Yeah. DQ. Check. Have you ever had a dream in the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, cause you stay down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In a room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Alright. Nigga, have you ever had a dream during the daytime? Had the same dream since the playground. If you made it come true, cause you stay down. Nigga, have you ever really thought about the limelight? In the room full of stars when you shine bright. I'ma make the right move when the time right. Calculated every step, so I can't stand a hater out here hating on. Niggas out here making moves. See a hand out the type of shit they waiting on.
Back at it. So we showed y'all the restaurant closings. Now, what's up, DQ?
Man, I'm good. How everybody doing?
Good, G. Where you you on the road. You one of the most busiest people I've ever met in my natural life, bro.
On the flip, man. Getting it going. Just getting ready to get really, really, really excited. So, yeah, I'm just making moves. So, what y'all was talking about, brother?
We was talking about restaurant closings. I'm learning how to, in the middle of this clipping and all of that stuff, I'm learning how to separate the shows. I'm gonna do it by banners too. They will still need duct tape, obvious facts. I'm learning how to separate this stuff so it'll be a little bit easier. But now we about to talk about good old white folks think they can get rid of us blacks. Yeah, we about to get the channel taken down, and it'll be my fault. And I don't care. So I saw this article the other day. See, this is the morning show, but it's in the evening today. There's a town in Louisiana. Now, you said you're from New Orleans, right? Logic? You said
Yeah.
you're from New Orleans? Okay. So there's a town, I'm gonna share this tab instead. It says, and I quote, April 29th, 2024. This is updated. Wealthy white Louisiana residents win the right to form their own city and split from poorer black neighborhoods in a landmark court ruling after a 10-year battle. I'm gonna make an unpopular comment, and I want to see what y'all think about it. I actually own property in a town that did this in New Jersey, and I completely agree with it. Y'all go.
I'm not upset or surprised. It doesn't make me outraged one bit, to be honest with you.
I'm looking for a word.
Go ahead, Lenny.
I'm looking for a word that might be missing from the title or further in the story, and it's only.
What you mean only?
White only, because this just says wealthy white Louisiana residents win right to split from Baton Rouge and form their own city. Now, if you read it backwards, residents win right to split from Baton Rouge and form their own city. I'm looking for the only. Is there an only in there? Now, maybe only the people doing it are white, but has someone been denied? Like, no, you can't. I want to go too. like, is it redlining?
I want to go too.
Yeah, is and they're like, no, you can't. No, you can't because you're not wealthy or you're not white.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like redlining, right? That's the part I'd be interested in. Like, who was denied? Not that someone is allowed to do something, but is someone prevented? Like what?
Prevented.
Yeah. What's the
Are
measure?
you saying that to be? Are you saying that from like a legal action standpoint, as far as like